And more than 30 years later, Elon Musk posted a tweet describing how these stories once inspired him to keep exploring and to strive to make humanity a multiplanetary species. Even though he reinvented the electric car and runs world-leading tech companies like SpaceX and Neuralink, and even though he once became the richest person in the world, whenever he talks about interstellar travel or colonizing Mars, many people still think he's just talking nonsense and being unrealistic. Now I can tell you for sure, yes, this person really is a madman, but not the kind who needs to be put in a hospital. He's the kind of madman Steve Jobs talked about. Only those who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who actually do. How did someone who is shy and introverted, whose parents divorced, who has a dual personality, is domineering, lost a child in middle age, and has had multiple failed marriages, also become a passionate, innovative, world-renowned, and fabulously wealthy tech genius? How could so many buffs coexist in one person so seamlessly, without any contradiction or self-destruction? What kind of person is Elon Musk really? This video will, in unprecedented detail, help you understand the story of his life. Elon Musk was different from other kids right from the start. He behaved very strangely. He was born in South Africa in 1971 and has a younger brother, Kimball, and a sister, Tosca. His mother was originally Canadian but later moved to South Africa with her family. His father was a local businessman who made some money in his early years through illegal mining operations. When Musk was 3 years old, he started kindergarten, but the principal told his parents, "We have reason to believe your child is developmentally delayed." This was because young Musk would often stare blankly into the distance and ignore people when they spoke to him. His parents thought he had a hearing problem, so they took him to the hospital to have his adenoids removed, but nothing changed. As a result, he was lonely and gloomy at school from a young age, with no friends. For him, this was a pain deeply imprinted on his soul. Even many years later, in an interview with Rolling Stone magazine, Musk still said, "I have never actively sought solitude. I don't want to be a lonely person." And in 2021, he revealed on Saturday Night Live that he has Asperger's syndrome. Asperger's syndrome, just to briefly explain, is a condition on the autism spectrum, which usually develops at the age of 1 or 2 and lasts a lifetime. Although there are no language or intellectual impairments, people with Asperger's often have poor social skills, clumsy movements, and unusual ways of expressing themselves. They also tend to have narrow interests, engage in repetitive behaviors, and lack empathy, among other symptoms. Additionally, there's an interesting description of this condition in the encyclopedia. The various abilities carried by people with Asperger's syndrome have repeatedly made outstanding contributions to human evolution and the development of civilization. To put it bluntly, people like this are more likely to be geniuses. For example, characters like Sean in The Good Doctor, Sheldon in The Big Bang Theory, and Raymond in Rain Man. Of course, these are portrayals created by film and television. In reality, most people are just ordinary individuals and not so-called geniuses. However, it is indeed a condition that deserves society's attention. Elon Musk himself has openly admitted that this condition can affect a person's social skills, interpersonal relationships, emotional connections, and self-regulation. Of course, these symptoms can all be improved through acquired training.